Good morning. This is Jack from Charting the Markets Crypto, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Thursday, the 6th of March. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing and learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to issue trading signals. Right. Okay, I was talking about this. I was looking at this chart on my post yesterday, and even though it was an SPX post, because this gives some insight into where we are from a short-term cycle point of view. And I was looking at these prior declines. We've got a number of declines here where crypto started a decline, some of them big declines, some of them smaller, but they started a decline while the market was still going up. So I marked all these in red. And this is the current one, of course. But I was noting that this one here, we never really got a big decline on SPX, but here we got significant declines on SPX on both of these at the end of this process, and then they made a low together. I'm thinking that might well be happening. Might well be what happens this time. And if we look at where we are on Bitcoin, this is what I'm looking at. We've got this really nice double top, which is broken down. I've got the arrows marked in at the 69,000 to 70,000 area, and that is in the middle of this huge support zone, which would be basically a back test of the highs made in 2021, beginning of 21, late 21, in the beginning of 24, and there was resistance for much of 24, and we'd be back testing this area. This backtest isn't actually inherently bearish. Not if it holds this area, not at all. So, I mean, all the stuff about, Bitcoin collapsing, etc. And obviously, we've seen a lot of trouble on Solana and Ethereum, but we haven't really seen anything significant, particularly significant looking on Bitcoin. I'm thinking that when we get down into this target area here, we could be looking at a sizable low on both. And so I'll be watching it carefully, because here we saw, hang on 1 second. Here we saw them basically make a low together. Here we saw them basically make a low together. And here actually they made a low together. It's just the decline wasn't very much. I'm thinking that might give us a really good signal as and when. But again, it's not really, I was saying in my post last week that I'm not really seeing any evidence on Bitcoin that we're seeing a bear market starting, and I'm still not. It's if we go down into that 69.70 area and we hold that area, then that's just a bullish backtest. Or at least that's what it would look like from a classical point of view. On the hourly chart, no current divergence really. Could this be a bear flag forming? Yeah, it really could. But as part of that bear flag, we could head up and go into, if this is a classic ordinary like bear flag channel type thing, we could go up to 98,000 or 99,000. And I'm wondering if we might do that, possibly in the context of a rally on equities, which at the moment I'm not seeing a lot of reason for, but we are seeing some positive divergence for. Looking at the Solana chart, I am wondering whether this might be a flag here too. If so, maybe that could get us up to 185 or 190 before we see the next move down. I'm looking at potentially a move to the 50 DMA, which I've got at 197.16. That would be a very nice move to see. But at the moment, obviously, I'm not seeing an awful lot of reason to see a spike that high. But we are in a news bob environment here. Who can say what will be coming out in 10 minutes? If we do see that, I suspect it'll be a sell. Looking at the hourly chart, no current divergence. Looking at Ethereum, we've seen a nice little bounce from this test of the 2000 area. This is I've drawn this on the Ethereum chart as the big support area, and we've got some highs and lows a bit below this, but this is the big one, and we've basically gone to the bottom of it. I'm kind of leaning towards this level holding, or at least not going lower than 1800 on Solana. The big level I'm watching is this level here, which is the bottom of this bull flag that we saw last year. That bottomed out in August at 110.02. That's the level I would like to see hold there. But I don't think losing either or both of those levels would mean that we're looking at a bear market on crypto necessarily. But we will see. We could be looking at a start of a bear market, because if let's say a general trade war breaks out and then we have a big bond market crisis, then it could be that the equities market just goes straight into a bear market from here, and that could compel something similar from crypto. But at the moment, we're not seeing any evidence to suggest that. And while it seems to feel like a huge amount to a lot of people who are just interested in crypto going up and are shocked when it ever goes down, then at the moment the The topping pattern we've got on Bitcoin is modest. It's not big and it's not alarming. All right, looking at Ethereum on the hourly chart, we do have this nice looking falling wedge. We've seen a little bullish underthrow. There's a nice looking double bottom here. There is a case for a rally here. I don't know if it's going to deliver. We will see. XRP and ADA, I'm planning to add, and I'm working up the charts on those because, of course, those are going to be part of the new US crypto reserve, so they're obvious ones to add. Got to say, neither of them look hugely impressive, really. I mean, XRP looks reasonably so. ADA is so far away from any whisper of a new bull market high, even though it's a long way up off the lows. But I'll be adding these in, and I'm probably going to introduce these next week and complete the charts over the weekend. All right, great. In that case, let's have a look at questions. There might be a huge Ethereum short position, but I mean, there's a big short position in Tesla for years. It doesn't necessarily mean anything. Sometimes, you get people who, I mean, Tesla, there would seem almost a religious fervor to the short position, and they and basically, lots of hedge funds lost lots of money. We'll see how that goes, but I'm not necessarily reading a huge amount into that. Bigger picture, I do think Ethereum's got problems because Ethereum was created to be what Solana does better and cheaper. I'm thinking we may not make a new bull market high here, and we may see a long-term decline in Ethereum. But if that breaks support here at 2000, I'd be less concerned because I think structurally that's got bigger problems. Does the big short position on it worry me? Not really. I think it's very brave of people to take huge short positions on things like Ethereum and Tesla because apart from anything else, the downside is limited, and in theory, at least, the upside is not. So at the moment, however, if I had a short position in Tesla, I'd be quite comfortable with it for the reasons I was explaining yesterday. I think that's got a good chance of getting to 150. And I think the problem is Tesla is going to suffer this year and next year probably from the fact that Elon Musk is the public face of it. That he's really not making a lot of friends. So, it'll be interesting to see what impact that has also on SpaceX and Starlink. Starlink, it's likely to have more of an impact. Number of contracts have already been cancelled. SpaceX, well, it's getting more contracts from the government in the US. We'll see. But yeah, it is a case study in brand destruction. And to be honest, I'd be doing a dedicated post on Tesla if I wasn't concerned about getting banned from Twitter. But I am. So, but I was telling you guys about it yesterday though, because you need to be aware. If you're big tech, if you've got big positions in Tesla, then I would be wary. I think it's a good chance of going down to 150, and it may well not stop there. I think they may be in the process of losing most of their market outside the US and China. And to be honest, I'm not that optimistic about how it's going to do with the market in China. So we'll see. All right, great. In that case, I think that's a wrap. Catch you guys tomorrow morning, and we'll see. I think I'm finding this market fascinating. This is going to be a huge year historically.